Skybound dreamers. Debts in the grave. Oh no. Let's begin the case. Falcon. I mean, calling them Hawk Jr. that's not really too bad, but yeah, I appreciate that, Aaron. So, you think you could hold off on the payment? I only need just a wee bit more, then I'll be done. No dice, you bird brain. Either cough it up or you'll get your one-way ticket to get a real lickety-split. I'm excitable. Don't be unreasonable. Goodness Lord's sake. I still got some time left. Give me a few more days and I'll get you what you want by then. No means no. You already made your peace and I'm losing my patience. Cough the dough up now. And here I thought you'd be reasonable. Fine then, you selfish sack of shit. Let's get this over with. Oh, aren't you clever, you nerdy bitch? And have at it! I've got a chainsaw and I'm not afraid to use it. Eat this, you fat, lazy, and jelly fucktard! Wait, what? What? That was my scream. That was my scream fucked up. Courtroom lobby. I can't believe we're doing this. Even if this is our chance to shine, this makes me really nervous. What? The posters in the background. Come on now, Rolly. Turn that frown upside down. The crowds might be bigger than the usual fare, but like Papa always says, be fearless even if you're scared out of your wits. It looks like it's a wing, maybe? I guess I could try like a little rainbow glowy wing. This is Kaya Sharon, an Oni who works with our law agency. A good friend of mine who calls me Rolly. Her dad basically has the moolah for us to start our agency. So she's basically our biggest contributor monetary-wise. I know. It's just the defendant. I don't even know if she's actually guilty or not. Her attitude's not doing her any favors. Sorry, Rinny, but I'm with Caroline on this one. Our defendant's a jerkwad of the highest order. This is... Why? Why are you doing this to me? This is... Snegorochka. Her name's really hard to pronounce, though, so we just call her Rochka for short. Another friend of mine who's also part of the law agency and whose family is also well off. We three are beauty attorneys, aka attractive female lawyers who solve crimes across the continent of Balbustia and defend those that are innocent, even if they don't seem to look like it at a glance. What? Pudding, no! Wait, are you French pudding? No, you're not. Are you? You can't pronounce it. That's why they wrote it. This is Honey's idea. I can tell she's not the culprit. I just feel her emotions conflicting inside. First of all, ew. Secondly, emotions aren't exactly admissible defensive evidence in a court of law. We need something more concrete. It's actually Russian, oh god. Yeah, as much as I don't want to dismiss your emotional resonance ability, Rini, we're gonna have to build a stronger case for our client than just a gut feeling. I know. It sucks that we can't deal with this matter with a good emotional roundhousing. No kidding. To make things even worse, we aren't even given prep time at all. The client literally called us in the freaking middle of the night, 9 hours before the trial starts. My eye itches, sorry. Not just that, too. We weren't given permission to investigate the crime scene because of the victim's supporter being a high-ranking police member, apparently. Which means we only have our client's words to fall back on, and, well... God fucking damn it, this shit is unbearable! Why in the ever-living fantastic fuck did I get roped into this stupid-ass trial? Gah! I used the wrong voices in the beginning. Jesus Christ. Shaberta, everyone. She didn't arrest her. I'm supposed to have a simple and clean transaction. No ands, ifs, or buts. But no. That stupid Hawk thinks he could just make my life far more miserable. After I've already done so much for him, too. Fucking over that keep shop keeper that one time. Sherberta, calm down. Your sailor mouth's not going to help your case whatsoever. Why is she... What the hell is that pose? Well, no shit, Sheila Hunks. I'm not exactly here by choice. Lucky bastards managed to catch me when I was running away from the act. To be fair, you were caught by centaurs and mimics who saw you holding a bloody chainsaw, so that's pretty compelling evidence for suspicion right there. Can't leave without it. The thing's priced a pretty penny out of my pocket. I'm not about to abandon it, too. It'll get traced back to me eventually, either way. We want to prove that you are not the culprit, then. We're facing quite the uphill battle here, but this is our big break. It's busy in the courtroom. If it proves itself that someone like you is innocent of at least this crime, then our reputation as beauty attorneys will skyrocket immensely. Our law office will be taken seriously and will soar to greater heights as a result. Sure. Just so you snotty kids in their Barbie doll babysitter know, you three get me axed, I'll slice your throat up before you can even leave this courtroom. So you better prove me not guilty, right? Or you might wake up without function in all your limbs. Right. Alright, defendant, get your butts and boobs in. What? You three attorney girls better head to the courtroom too. Trial's about to start. Just kill me now. Alright, girls, let's do this thing. This is it, our first big trial. And this trial is going to be streamed to the whole wide world. We're probably really underprepared for this. But this trial is going to be our breakout moment. We're not going to lose this, no matter what. They then lost the trial. Courtroom, Minos Hall, time 10 a.m. The court is now in session for the trial of Sherberta. Are the defense and prosecution ready to begin? This is it. Our first trial where we're literally in the major spotlight. Alright, keep it together, Caroline. You can do this. Just hog the time. Just breathe in and breathe out. Don't worry, Mino Mumu. I'm ready and raring to go. Right, we're ready. Us three are as ready as we've ever been in the short span of time we've been given. The prosecution's ready to begin as well. Oh, right. Our prosecutor's a pig from the Tonkatsu tribe. His name is Zuton. Based on the profile we were given, he's Akira Sharon's dad's designated chief prosecutor. I guess a high-profile, top-priority case like this is bound to bring in the top guns of the legal world to prosecute. Cute enemy. I've heard of you three girls before. You've been making a name for yourselves as beauty attorneys, right? I'm looking forward to seeing what you three can do, especially from the Orc King's daughter, cheery as she is. That being said, it baffles me why you would defend that SOB up. She has a criminal record, and her list is as long as that. And her list is long at that. Tee! We'll do our best, Zuton. By the way, my name's Kaya Sharon. I'm Ruchka of the Skybinders, and we're here to make a name for ourselves. We believe in her innocence, even if she doesn't act like it. I'm Caroline. I'll be spearheading this trial. Ruchka and Kaya Sharon here will be my co-counsel. God damn it. We're here to do our jobs. If you're going to prosecute our defendant, then bring it on. We'll prove our client's innocence. I'm afraid that's enough of an introduction, Miss Caroline. And brother, know that regardless of our standings, I will remain perfectly neutral during this trial. Wait, the judge is Zuton's brother? Is that even okay? Doesn't that seem a bit biased? Your Honor, doesn't this affect impartiality? You both are siblings. Unfortunately, this is out of our hands. The victim's sponsor designated us as a judge and my brother as prosecutor. But regardless of familial relations, I'll still do my part to you, just as you three do yours. I know that. Minozon. You don't have to tell me or them. The victim's sponsor put up with all of this. Us up with all of this. But brother or not, I'm still doing my job here. Falcon. My eye's itching. Fuck. Now, can I give my opening statement so we can quickly get to the meat of things? Very well, Zuton. Before giving your opening statement right now, begin giving your opening statement. To put it plainly, the prosecution intends to indict the defendant, Sherberta, of the crime of murder. We have evidence and testimony to support this claim, and during the course of this trial, I will establish the defendant's guilt of this crime. It's the hot brother, oh god. Now, let me lay out the summary of the victim's case for you. Ah, frick, man, my eye. Why? The victim's name is HawkZombie. Occupation? Glitches streamer, and a popular one at that. Well, I already know it's not me. He was murdered in the middle of the night. Time of death estimates to be roughly 1 a.m. The corpse we investigated suggests the death happened 9 hours ago. Due to the rush for this trial, we weren't able to specifically pinpoint the exact time of death. Apparently, we got the call of his death from the witness near the crime scene. He called at a nearby security hall, apparently having witnessed the scene taking place. He decided to immediately report to the authorities. Thankfully, the king showed up eventually post-witness call, following the crime, and he was able to take the crime scene photo immediately upon discovery. So the king got involved, huh? Kia Sharon's father really is a busybody, being a detective and a king. Now, oh Jesus, that's graphic! Here is the crime scene photo in question, taken by His Highness, the detective. I warn you, it's gonna zoom in, it's probably gonna be very graphic. What the hell? Okay, I was... Wait, what? You have me wearing, don't... Oh my god, I wear Homer PJ pants, you have me wearing, donut pants. Really? So graphic, very death. Do the autopsy at any time we want. I love how there's the split down the middle, but also a tiny little cut to my brain at the top. Donuts are very important. Homer Simpson's also a copywritten character. Oh my god, that's... This is the pose taken at the time the detective in charge and the witness who discovered the body. Donuts. Oh my. Looks like there are feathers other than his on the bed. The marks on his body really show the brutality of it all. Oh no, I was sleeping with a raven! He's not in his front by the looks of it. I noticed his, crotch had a boot print on it. Oh no! What? Why'd they step on my junk? What? You're right, Rachka. Good eye. Such a horrendous way to die, to be chainsawed like that. I wonder what is going on in his mind as he's brutally slaughtered like this. We've analyzed the boot print found in the victim's, phallus area, and found that it belonged to the defendant. That's not good. The photo showing the victim's death. Cause of death, massive slash to the head and chest. A boot print of the defendant can be seen on the crotch. There are feathers scattered that don't seem to match the victim's. He was dead on this front. Pillars are slashed along with the victim's head. Now, I would like to start calling out the witness who discovered the scene as well as the detective in charge, the king. Oh, yes. The victim sponsor subpoenaed the king to be the lead detective of the case. Very well. Call the detective and the witness over. Forget a cardinal. Oh my god. The witness and the detectives together? Shouldn't it be one at a time? The detective and the witness are both of high authority. This would at least expedite the process. Like what His Honor said, he is also the one who selected me and my brother for this trial. We can't say no to the structure of this witness's call. Interesting point there. Might have to keep this in mind. This seems to hold a high legal position to allow audience alongside the detective and having the authority to select prosecution and the judge for the trial in particular. Bailiff, please escort His Highness and the witness to into the courtroom. Well, I already know who did it. Hi, Daddy. Kia Sharon, good to see you. Kia Sharon? Kia Sharon? Now's not the time to have a friendly greeting to your daddy on this trial. Ever the serious one, aren't you, Caroline? With all due respect, Your Majesty, we're not on a happy hour, but a courtroom. Can you take this seriously? I have to agree with the defense, Your Majesty. Can we please begin with the formalities now? Witness and detective, your name and occupation. We should at least follow protocol on this. I say fair with Iago from Aladdin. Iago from Aladdin, oh no. Kia Shari, thank you. I am more King Kia Gamaki, and this is your witness, the Tengu Wadamite. He's chief of security in Skyland. He also has black and red feathers. Wazoom! 'Tis I, Chief of Police Tengu Watamite. Watamite? He's the witness? Then I guess that makes sense. I was told by Kia Sharin that he's a big HawkZombie fan, saying all about gifting him gift subs and even offering to help out Sorbetta on her pub. I wonder if that could be a means of suspicion. I can't tell yet. I don't know how much of a fan he is. Because I made him so. Let's get right to the chase then. Tengu, sir, you were apparently the first one to witness the scene. Correctamundo, prosecutor. I bear witness to such an artful display of his death. It was awe-inspiring. I'm sorry, awe-inspiring? Is he cuckoo in the head or something? Don't mind her, Chief Watamite. Please continue. Hey, Phoenix, how you doing? How unquote of you to think that such an elegance is not befitting of art for all to see. But this is your perspective, so I will oblige. I am très magnifique. However, such a discovery led to quite the conundrum. After all, I am his sponsor and his greatest contributor to his success in the World Wide Web. Wish I had a Watamite in my back pocket. Okay, who's gonna be my Watamite? It would not do for me to do my duty, so I would have to pull in a few favors and expedite a case for a trial as soon as possible. Dora. Shut up and keep playing. Tis quite the fortune that we are able to quickly apprehend the dastardly she-devil who murdered our poor feather, now dead. Point is, he's the first one to discover the scene and called me over to check up on the situation. If you don't mind, I'd like to present my findings to the court. Chief of Police here is also ready to testify regarding his movements that night as well. Very well, you may proceed with your testimony. Your Highness and Chief Tengu. Witness testimony. What witness and detective witnessed? Okay. I happened to discover the scene after the chief was found there. He looked quite shocked. He was investigating the area, apparently. Said something about how he wasn't able to contact the victim. Grew worried and came to the crime scene to check up on him. If any of you kill me with a chainsaw, I swear to God. I was going to discuss with him regarding certain aspects of improving his streams. However, I could not receive an answer from him at midnight. I grew concerned, so I went to the scene. I was super shocked. My feathers got ruffled, and it spread over the victim's bed. Over to the victim's bed. I quickly phoned the king. Asked security to perform a quantity parameter ASAP. I was able to apprehend the culprit thanks to security's quick work. For the most creative dad. Pudding! The victim got slashed in the head. His brains exposed for all to see. And he's posed like that by the time I arrived. Of course, the defendant's footprints and fingerprints are found all over his grubby ass too. Why my butt? We have high reason to suspect that Twatty Bratz has something to do with his death. Twatty Brat. Looks like a decent testimony by the looks of things, but his whole trial feels like it's artificially being set up by the government. I've got this gut feeling from the way this trial seems to favor the prosecution side more. Pudding. Alright, guess it's time for us to cross-examine the witnesses, right? Understood, defense. You may now begin the cross-examination. Okay, I'm gonna save. I can always check the Sky records for any evidence already recorded. Check the records and present evidence to a statement that has been contradicted, that has the contradiction. Okay. However, based on the current testimony, there aren't any good openings I can find right now. In this situation, the best course of action is to question for more information. After all, information is key, and we're certainly lacking it right now. Caroline, you might want to pay attention to the Tengu. I noticed something off about him. Are you saying that your powers are kicking in? Yeah. The chief seems to be very evasive about something. We might need to press for more info, though, to be sure. My senses are kind of faint right now. Got it. Then I'll do just that. Sky record cross-examination. When it seems to hold high legal... Oh, wait, what did I... Wait, what? Okay, I wasn't paying attention. Whoops. I hit the button. So we're just going to go back a little bit so I can make sure I do this right. Okay. Cross-examination. Okay, left to right, toggle testimony. Up, question, press witness. Down, options. I happened to discover the scene after the chief was found there. He looked quite shot. Okay, so up, question. Okay, there we go. So your highness came after the chief called you, right? Yes. I was handling a lot of paperwork on the day when that phone call came up. Kia Shireen can attest to that. I was with her during that time after all. Oh yeah, Daddy says you had some important business, so you had to go. Why didn't you tell us about this, Rini? This would have been important. I thought it's just simple business. I didn't really know it was going to be this murder that he's being called out for. And besides, I was getting sleepy when it happened. Don't be too hard on Rini, Caroline. She couldn't have known. Right. Yeah, apparently said something about I was able to connect if it grew worried and came to the crime scene to check up on him. Right. How long did it take you to get to the crime scene? I arrived at the victim's residence around 2:30 a.m. Oh, wait, I arrived at the victim's residence about 2:30 a.m., I believe. The victim's place is a bit far from where we're at. Whoops. In fact, it's pretty far from even the chief of police's place. His residency is near my area, too. 2:30? That's almost an hour and a half of lost time. Almost an hour and a half of lost time. Look, the victim's place isn't exactly close by, and we did try to hurry as fast as we could. Besides, the chief was able to quickly quarantine the area and set up perimeters with the local guards, so he was on top of it until I arrived, at least. This begs the question, if the distance from the Orc King's residence to the victims is 1 hour and 30 minutes away, then what in the world is the chief of police doing near the crime scene? Why is he the first witness, I wonder? Okay. What sort of things do you wish to discuss with the victim that late? Specifically, a new direction for his new profile avatar. After all, we were close friends. Both myself and Hawk are acquaintances, you see. We generally talk on Discordia. As fellow avian associates, we gel together like butter and toast. I use Discordia too. I follow a lot of servers. It's a nice social out for me to just chat it up. Not really relevant to the case at hand, Rini. The point is, we are relatively close to each other, talking buddies, which is why when he doesn't answer my Discordia calls, I knew something is wrong. Because usually on the daily, I call him at midnight and he answers me with near 99.99% accuracy and timing. You fucking call me, I swear to God I will block you. And if he's busy, he generally tells me in advance. Yet once this time, nothing but silence on his end. Not even an advance notice. I see. I can't even. I was concerned, so I went to the scene. Is that why the crime scene photo has all those feathers that aren't HawkZombies? Indeed, as I said, he is a very close associate of mine. I will miss his zany antics greatly. Good friends Hawk and Tingle, one of my the guy's been stable in his teams for years. Fjord! Yeah, where is he tonight? So when I happened to witness Hawk being murdered like that, and in such a cruel fashion, I must confess I lost my composure a little. Rini? I can sense it. His emotions don't match up. He says he's shocked and sentimentally sad, but all he senses from him is joy. Are you sure about that? Yeah. Daddy's emotions match up nicely with his testimony, but the Tengu, it's a bit off. That could be a valuable clue, but unfortunately, your emotional resonance isn't admissible evidence in this court, sadly. It sucks that the power of emotions can't be used as proper evidence. We might need to pursue another avenue for now, girls, but let's keep this in mind. Pudding. Just quick lurk. At midnight, so the body he's murdered at about 1 a.m., so that gives him time to leave and go to the house. And then, so what was he doing for an hour? I don't know. I don't trust them. I'm surprised you managed to work fast on getting that quarantine set up. Of course we do. If we don't act fast, the murderer might get away. As they say, act while the iron is hot. Is that why we're having this trial so soon after the defendant was captured? We weren't given much prep time for that, Chief. Indeed. Besides, we have all the clues needed. And we have even more decisive evidence than just myself and the king. There's no point in continuing any further. Until we have proper evidence to cast doubt into his testimony, we won't be able to move forward. Slash the net, okay. Did you know that the victim was... Do you know what the victim was killed with, Your Highness? A chainsaw that belonged to the defendant, apparently. Apparently, the blasted thing tore out his head in bed. We were able to wrestle it back from the defendant. She actually tried to attack with it, too, but its guards were quick to disarm her. It helps that she herself was fatigued when we found her. The mimic guard had to literally trap her in order to use us to procure the weapon, for us to procure the weapon. A chainsaw, huh? That's a unique murder weapon. This is the weapon in question. We found the victim's blood on the weapon itself. It has been tested and confirmed. There's no fingerprints found on the thing. Seems like the handle is squeaky clean. No fingerprints. Testing revealed the blood belonged to the victim. No fingerprints were found on the chainsaw itself. Okay. Defendant's footprints and fingerprints were found all over his grubby ass, too. We have high reason to suspect the twatty brats has something to do with his death. Now that we've got a good look at the chainsaw, and then at Shiberta... She's actually wearing gloves. Oops. Your Highness, when you apprehended the defendant, did they happen to be wearing their gloves? They haven't changed their clothing at all. They haven't had the chance to get changed because we wanted to preserve as much of the defendant's state as possible. We did have one exception, and that is... Ahem! Ah, right. That info was not really that important. Seems like Tengu's claiming his highness. I wonder why. I'd pressure them, but I don't exactly have the means to do so. They'll likely just rebuff me back. Although, it seems that we finally found our contradiction. Alrighty, girls, let's present the evidence and break this testimony. Never took it off. So she was never... So why isn't she covered in blood? So your Highness came after the chief called you, right? Yes. I was handling a lot of paperwork for the day when that phone call came up. Kia Sharon can attest to that. I was with her during the time after that. That time after all. Oh yeah! Daddy says you had some important... Oh, yes, we already did that. Oh, wait, it's the same thing over... We're just back again. We're just looping. Okay, Okay, let's see here. Wait! This! Okay, how do I, I click. Boom! I'm gonna have to be the bearer of bad news, but it seems like your investigation isn't as perfect as it should be, Your Highness. Huh? You blessed fool! In this statement, you said that, and I quote, "Of course, the defendant's footprints and fingerprints are found all over his grubby ass, too." Now, the footprints I can understand. Based on the crime scene, it seems like she kicked the victim at some point. You also mentioned that the defendant had no chance to change her clothes at all post-arrest. Now, my question becomes, when did her fingerprints get shown up on the victim? As you can see, the defendant was wearing gloves the whole time, and they never had another chance to change. They never had a chance to change. I did it on my own with no help! Yay, me! And in addition, the victim is surprisingly clean for someone to have committed murder. If she would have had a spare clothes change, then this might be a different story. But for now, this smells of contradiction. Because if this contradiction isn't resolved, then your testimony is considered shady and doubtful at best. Great, Caroline. Let me ask you. When did the defendant get their grubby fingers on the victim? Are you saying that she took the gloves off at some point other than during the crime? That's a little too suspicious. Yeah, you get a cookie. I can tell you one thing. The fingerprints were all placed post-mortem under the chief of police's orders. We had to take her fingerprints at some point, but then the chief here decided to rub the fingerprint sample all over his ass. So technically, I wasn't lying, but I wasn't upfront about the timing of it at least. Wait, what? What are you doing to my body? What? Why did you tell them that? I see. So the chief of police intends to forcibly pin this crime in Shiberta. We found a suspicious link we can pursue. Hey, asshole! What a fucking farce of a trial is this? So that's why you're asking me for my hands earlier? Shiberta? I ain't gonna sit around and let these doofuses running the show just to make me be the one in the guilty party. Besides, I've got to at least plead my case. You two bimbo stooges shut up and let me take the reins. Defendant, get yourself down this instant. This isn't your turn yet. Indeed, you're interrupting the king of the chief's testimony. It's such good friends, Fior. Shut up! I've grown utterly impatient keeping this clown circus. Keeping to. My trial's not even being set up fairly, and I'm not afraid to get up in arms on what I actually did. Let me speak for myself. Defendant, you're not helping your case. You can either stand down or... It's fine, Your Honor. Let her speak for herself. After all, it's only fair considering the nature of this trial. I have said all that I need to anyhow. Something's off here. He's letting her speak her piece. Never mind, Judge ain't on. Moose. He needs to close his eyes back. This feels like a trap. He's trying to divert the discussion. See? You girls are crazy for trying to defend this maniac. I see. Considering that the trial is live streamed for the public, he tends to use bad publicity and Shiberta's volatile emotions to his advantage. He's definitely hiding something. Why fabricate an attempt to divert our attention from him to her? It's probably because he knew we were onto something just now and needs to do damage control. Because it's offensive for me to do a Japanese accent. I sense it, Caroline. Tengu Man over there has a psych veil over on his soul. He's hiding something big from this whole act. Looks like he's desperate enough that he slipped his guard. Then we'll have to meet his expectations head on while controlling the situation. I believe, Moose. Your Honor, Your Highness and Chief, I will accept this sudden request from the defendant. Let her testify, but just know that if what she told us brings suspicion to you, we will question you again. Then if you don't mind, I would like to have a witness be added alongside her as well.
Huh?
We weren't supposed to let her in, but with the way the trial's going, a second perspective never hurts. Aaron. After all, this new witness is another key figure that saw the moment of death. There's another witness? Caroline, Daddy's putting up a big act right now. The thing you said about the fingerprints, he actually seems like he's not even fazed when you point that out. I don't know why, though. I noticed that too. He seems awfully calm about all this right now. Unfortunately, we have to deal with our defendant's startup wildfire for the time being. This includes this new witness who apparently also observed the crime happening. So Chief Tengu being the first on the scene is a lie. There's someone else before that. Save successful. Excuse me, madame. Would you happen to have the new witness? Would you happen to be the new witness the chief of police referred to? Sure thing, honey buns. Name's Adrienne. Aridine? How the fuck do I say that? That was for the ladies' pudding. I happened to be within the Hawk residence when I saw the incident happen. Bull fucking shit! I did not see you at all. Why, darling, you only have half your eyesight. Of course you missed me. Ariadne? That's not even relevant, you saggy-titted cow. Your insult of the bull aside, defendant. You're not here to argue, but to testify. Ariadne Grande Fior! God! The chief of police requested you both testify in the matter. For our defendant, it is plead or case under his permission. You two better not start any funny business. I don't want this to get any more kangaroo than it already is. Got it? Of course, Zuzu. Whatever, piggy. By this time, I get to say my piece on what actually went down when I spoke to the Hawk. Schubert's finally giving us full details on the case. We weren't able to even do that before the trial starts, so this might be a good chance to figure this out from her perspective. Free-blood God. Oh, excuse me. Trina Odyssey. What the fuck? Though the fact that we're being forced to listen to two witnesses' testimony all at once right now, I wonder what's the king and the chief of police planning with this structure. Questions for later, though. I'd best pursue this and we'll see where it leads from here. Defendant and seductress. FYI, I went to that stupid Hawk's place so we could negotiate a deal. He owes me some good shit after all. But he ain't coughing up the dough. Things went bad. I started reeling in my chainsaw. Not gonna deny I wanted to kill the bastard who ain't paying his debt to me. I did push my boot over and kick him down, but I definitely didn't slash that idiot. Oh, that's rich, crassy little piratess. I saw you deliver the final blow. There's no denying it. Oh, really, you whore? Where would you even see me? I didn't see you at all. So alright, each other's throat. This really is a landmine we're facing here. That lady, she's being overly playful, but I can feel an inner rage coming from her. Rage, huh? She's masking it rather well, though. We best tread lightly. We're still in the dark with all the details. The best thing we can do right now is to gather info here. At this point, we need all the advantage we can get. The trial isn't rigged to our favor at all. Oh, excuse me. Right. Now, begin your cross-examination, defense. Cross-examination. Yeah, pretty much. Fior! Taco Bell's the real killer. Did you finally get sponsored by Taco? I wish. Okay, explain more about these negotiations, Shiberta. Why did you talk with Hawk? What did you talk with Hawk about? That Hawk owes me 5,000 gold bits. I gave him a complete 10,000% interest rate, so that bumps his gold bits to 500,000. His own bits. Holy moly, 10,000 interest rate? Shiberta's one selfish girl. Okay, now I'm starting to have some doubts defending her. That's greedy as all hell. Those gorditas can't fool me. Dora. Point is, he owes me my services for working on his little project with my stupid-ass cousin, Sorbetta. I fucked with that shopkeeper Morin who thinks he's up his own ass and thinks he's a big hotshot. He asked for my services. I allowed it with a startup fee of 5,000 gold bits, which he hasn't paid. Unfortunately, I am a lady of high standards, and I broke a leg just trying to appease to that Hawk's whims, so I want my due payment with interest. In any event, he and I agreed to have a meeting at midnight the day of the crime. Transaction doesn't go anywhere, and he still has no intention of paying the interest. And well, the rest is when the shit hits the fan. Shiberta, you... Shut the fuck up, you princess of friendship! Don't you even dare mention how I feel. Was I being too hasty for all the glory? All for the glory? Is it worth defending her if she's constantly act this way? This is really going to impact her reputation one way or another. Let's move on for now. Continue with your testimony. You realize that everything you say isn't really helping your case, right? Reference Hawks. Yeah, it is. What was I supposed to do? Lie under oath and say, oh, I didn't go there at all? The prosecution didn't even believe a peep I said. I'd be wasting my breath and time is money. Of course we do not trust you. You're literally the last person to see the victim before he got murdered. Where did you manage to get the chainsaw from? Not important to this case. All you need to know is that I have it with me when I talk to that green-feathered fuck. Damn. And you expect us to believe that? We're trying to trust you, but your attitude isn't making it easy for us. You're my lawyer. I'm not going to compromise by being nice, especially when my ass is on the line. And you're doing this free of charge. I ain't gonna... Okay, stop. Let's move on now. This is getting into rhetorical territory. So what happened? You had a fight, your boot hit his crotch. What happened after that? I don't know. You don't know? Yeah. The fight got dark at one point. I couldn't see. I remember that my chainsaw was just gone. And then all of a sudden I get knocked out by someone. And then I hear Hawk scream. To be honest, I wasn't sure what happened after that. His house was designed to be soundproof, so he had no windows there. There's no outdoor noise, and my chainsaw's still making that loud vroom sound, so it drowns out almost everything except Hawk's scream. It only took a few seconds before the chainsaw stopped. Honeynut. It's literally dark until I feel my way through the door and saw, well, the Hawk being literally split by the chainsaw. I ran out of the place ASAP since I didn't want to get involved in a murder, even if it's an accident. For all I know, the chainsaw hit him by accident when I lost hold of it in the darkness. I remember it happening roughly 1 hour after I was there at midnight. We did argue for a good while after that, after all. See? I see. Okay, so it takes an hour and a half to get there. She says it happened about 1. The tango guy wasn't there, so how do you call the chief? He called the chief ahead of time. Pudding. About time she said something a lot more useful for us to get work off of. Ah! In the crotch. What is with my penis? Leave my penis alone. You know what? Ah! You can't have a boner anyway. Pudding. Then she escaped. Time of death 1 a.m. Okay. And what's your deal? All of a sudden you're a witness? Not that we know why he was screaming. The chief of police told me to keep my presence a secret until the time is right. That's why he said that he's the first one on the scene when he's more the second. So the chief of police lied under oath. Wow, that really says a lot about our legal world right now. Where'd you see the struggle at then? And why are you here? Why were you in the Hawk's residence? To put it simply, I wanted to talk to Hawk regarding some new NSFW content for his future streams. What's NSFW? NSFW? No! You'll find out when you're older, okay? I was going to enter the place, but the defendant just came and went in first. I watched her in a small window I happened to find somewhere. That's contradiction. My place has no windows! Hide the kids. Nisfwa. Your Honor, I request a statement be added to her testimony. Bro, Rochka, what's gotten into you all of a sudden? That woman's soul is seething, just waiting to burst. I sense a dangerous aura with her. That statement is definitely suspicious. So her powers are acting up again, and this time it's serious enough to get Rochka involved. Rochka? This must be important. You might have a point there. All right, Your Honor, I agree with the co-counsel on this. Very well then, witness, please add what you said earlier to your testimony. Okay, crime happening outside his window. How do I... Now there are no windows! Now, I'm unsure of who to trust on this. Prosecutor Zouton, can I ask for your assistance on this matter? What is it, Attorney Caroline? Has any of the officers checked the victim's residence to see if the place the victim was killed had a window? Well, you'd be happy to know. The place the victim was killed in was a bunker-like basement. Was a bunker basement-like place with no windows. I have a diagram of the crime scene, so it pretty much cinches it. Wait, why are you helping us, Piggy? I thought you were supposed to be the bad guy. I must confess, the moment she says she saw it from a window, I pretty much see little reason to not object. The witness isn't telling the truth. So I'll let you girls handle her. Witness, do you have an explanation for this? Why lie in court regarding what you saw? I don't have any. I'm just gonna confess. It's me. I'm the murderer. I'm the one who killed Hawk. Huh? Eh? Oh, poop. What? What? Witness, explain yourself right this instant. And why are you now in Arachne? I said what I said. I'm the first one on the scene other than Shaberta. Huh? Now tell me, how is that the case? The chief was able to keep me secret from you all. That in and of itself is suspicious, right? Why is he keeping this fact hidden? Did you make a deal with the chief to hide your identity? Yes and no. Chief here promised me 2.5 million gold in exchange for the Hawk's death and for an attempt to have my identity hidden. But in the event that he can't do his job, he would just have me be a witness here, and I get to take a bitch fest at the snotty whore. You're lucky that I don't have the fucking energy to break your leg right now. Besides, you still haven't answered my question. Where the hell did you hide yourself at? I don't remember seeing you at all. Fine, I'll tell you. Wait, so I feel like this was kind of rushed. Maybe for time. So all you in the gallery and on the trial, shut up and listen. If you don't, I'll be happy to just plead silence and you'll never get the full story. You think you could just order us around? What authority do you have to do such a thing? I'll give you 3 words. The Fallen Arcana. What's going on? Why is Zuton, the judge, and everyone else froze up? Raleigh, everyone feels primordial fear at those 3 words. Only us and Sherberta don't really feel anything from that. Seriously? That is unusual. Defense, you want to shut up and just let her say her piece. She's not messing around. If we don't... I agree. If she inherited that devil's blessing, if we don't listen, we'll both be beef stewed and pork chopped. I apologize, Defense, but you must afford to let her say her piece. We can't afford her to be rebellious to her. I don't like this. Unfortunately, if I do question this any further, I'd invoke the entire courtroom's ire. I'd best back down and let her do as she pleases for now. So no more objections? Good. I do, but I'm gonna shut up for now. I want my answers. You better make it good, you impy skank. I was giving an assignment from the chief of police, whose orders are very meticulous. Head to Hawk's residence at 11:45 p.m. I was able to unlock the place. He locked his house, obviously, but I've got luck on my side. These spider legs on my back are convenient lockpicks. What am I watching? If you want evidence, he was watching I Love You, Come Rain and Shine. Oh god. Hawk's watching Oni porn at that hour? But I suppose I confer... Why is it boy boy? Wait, that's not boy boy. Wait, that's... I'm so done right now. What's that? Is that a late night show? I should watch that. That show is not the right age for you. Besides, it airs at 11 p.m. for a reason. Yeah, that show airs every day at 11 till 12, which lines up with her testimony. She's telling the truth so far. Don't worry about it, keep playing. I never said there was Moose, it's just not my first choice, or ever. One thing that I'm good at is erasing my presence. I was given the devil's blessing. The source is irrelevant at the trial, so don't bother asking. My lips are tied on that. The fabled devil's blessing. My mortal enemy is to have such a power. I'd be winning all my cases if I had the devil's luck on my side, but sometimes it's better not to mess with that sort of thing. It tends to have a cost. What's the devil's blessing? The devil's blessing is basically super duper ultra level bullshit. It acts on luck and deus ex machina, meaning that things are guaranteed to go in their favor as long as I do specifically what he asks. Not gonna lie, I didn't believe it at first until I was given it by the Arcana, and lo and behold, everything turned out the way he described it, even if I did a couple of deviations. Anyways, porn aside, I forced myself to watch that and Sherby's stupid argue fest for a whole hour. I was losing patience at one point, but I held out. The orders say to hide your presence completely until 1:01 a.m. when a struggle happens. I was to take the chainsaw from this bitch, knock the Hawk on the bed, and chainsaw him like there's no tomorrow. Of course, originally it was going to be the sword I brought that I'd use to kill him, should Sherby here doesn't have her weapon. I guess the chainsaw means I got the devil's luck on my side after all. The Honeynut, oh my god. Then at 1:04 a.m., I am to quietly hide in the cover of darkness again until Sherby here brought the lights up. Then Chief is to show up at 1:25 a.m. and I'm to leave the crime scene. He made sure to leave no trace of me being there while leaving his own tracks. He then has to specifically tiptoe testimonies and prevent the defense from doing direct investigations. Trials to start in roughly 10 hours after I kill the Hawk. Information between prosecution and defense needs to be circulated properly. That's his orders. And if a contradiction arises, I am to confess immediately. That's pretty much the gist of the whole plan. If I did all these, the chief says he'll pay me and pardon me for my crimes. That's the deal we made. Even better, I get high bucks from this. All of you watching on the live stream, your government is utterly corrupted to its core, and it's all the chief's fault. But why? Darling, I am not allowed to answer your any questions. I'm just telling you all the plan laid out by the chief of police. Now I'm gonna take my leave. And don't even try, guards. Remember, I have the devil's blessing on my side. The actual hell? She just disappeared in a blink. Strange. Auto-saved. Well, that trial happened. Can't believe we're being played with by the government. God, the trial was live streamed. Our reputation is in shambles with how chaotic it all ended up. I can see the headlines now. Trio attorney faces the biggest joke in the history of law. Gah. Raleigh, Shepard isn't meanie. I just wanted to. I hate to admit it, but that trial took us in unexpected directions. But it felt as if we're being strung along into somebody's game. This is detestable. Someone who's murdered in the top brass of the legal world is using his death as a farcical game. Yeah, I guess, Moose. The worst part is that the entire court went into complete anarchy after the revelation. The judge called for a recess, but I highly doubt we'll get any further from this. What should we do from here? It's all been confirmed that Aridin's the culprit, and the chief of police is pretty much playing us for fools. Our job is to defend the client, and in this case, we kind of won. But it feels like we were being spat that victory out in such a grossly manner. This didn't really feel like a victory. It felt unsatisfying at all. What in the world is the chief of police planning with this trial? Why showcase this much mayhem, I wonder? Speaking of the chief, where did he go? I didn't see him at all. About him, I'm afraid he's nowhere to be found. Judge? My brother, the prosecutor, is still looking for him as we speak. So even though the trial is concluded with Shepard as not guilty, until we have apprehended Aridin, we cannot continue any further. It is unfortunate with how things turned out. You have my condolences with how the trial went. That's an understatement. We're being treated like clowns out there, given such little prep time and all for whatever the plan the chief is having. Indeed. The fact that everything was set up so we would take the pitfall is such a bourgeois act of injustice. Everyone's so small. Well, unfortunately, there is nothing we can do at the moment. The outcome of this trial is out of our hands now. I guess we don't have much of a choice but to head out for this time being. I'm worried of how people in Skyland will see us now thanks to this mess. And so marks the end of a very chaotic, messy, and unusual trial for us. We are being strung along in someone's game. Whomever it is, I hope one day we'll find the truth. And once we do, us attorney beauties will unveil it all. To be continued. What the? What? Wait. What? Why is the pig guy in a Speedo? It looks like a thong! Oh god! Hot. Barry B and Honeynut Femios. Special thanks. HawkZombie, Novocaine, KB Kingdom. Fan service. Oh. Myself, Shiberta, and Watermite are here, following Arcana. That performance was incredibly boorish of you. Such a rush showcase. Aridin had to quickly wrap things, otherwise it would have gotten dragged on even longer than it already is. Consider yourselves lucky that the live stream has been hijacked. Your reputation is not in shambles. At least not yet. The hawk pick in the background. Oh hey, there's one that Wait, what?! That's a clue! It means that the first... Oh! Oh! I was turned over and... Oh! Wait, why am I so dummy thick? What the fuck? What the actual fuck? With all due respect, Mr. Frugal, sir, you only gave us half a day after the victim was killed to showcase a trial for your assessment. Of course, details get clunky. You're a pretty boy. Pretty boy, pretty boy. Indeed, though there could have been a better resolution. Namely, provide better arguments or to extend the trial to allow the defense further investigations. You even directed Shiberta to act willy on the court. And for what exactly? So you can extend the victim's embarrassment further and turn his death into a sham? All for your petty vengeance towards the victim for not agreeing to your demands. Your contradiction led to the witness, Ariadne, being called, and it extended far outside the scope of what is necessary, turning the trial into a show of farce. I only facilitate your entire outline, but realizing that your trial's play extends to your malice, I had to take action and have Ariadne confess to the public to put an end to your scheme. But, I grow impatient with your excuses, Watermite. No, wait! Thank you for getting rid of that look at me, Orotund. Shiberta, you bitch. You made my lovely daughter cry. You owe me for this, you got that? It's a frugal way, what? Holy shit, you really did give me the moolah and then some. You're not like that hawk. Wait, what? Oh, she gone. Oh, I hit shift instead of enter, whoops. Pardon me, Fallen Arcana, but may I ask how you have such a large supply of gold at your disposal? Gold's purity and otherworldly exchange rates. Having multiversal advantages allows me to... What? Is the means by which all...
The Arcana is the means by which all is revealed.
Barry, thank you so much for those bits! 1,000 bits! Holy shit! I did. I kept speeding up by accident. I was hitting shift instead of enter. Pudding. The optimal method, however, I intend not to share with you. Now, it's your turn. Shiberta has now left this domain. 2. And with that, my debt to you has been paid in full. I will take custody of Zooton, Menoton, Caroline, Kairasherine, and Rockjaw under my world's jurisdiction. Rest assured that, Kia Sharon's protection is considered high priority. Take care of my daughter and her friends, you hear? I make no guarantees, consider their autonomy, but they will be fine. They are strong-willed, after all. If that is what you say. You may enter the stage, Aradin, Keanu, and HawkZombie. Holy wow. Okay, this is quite the regal place, but first of all, Jesus fucking Christ, whoever made that butt of me is literally packing cake right now. Ha! Ha ha! Ha ha! Me being dead aside and all. So you're my creator, eh? Quite the taste of fashion you've got. Why, thank you. I do my best to impress. Ching! You two need to keep a lid on it. You're addressing Master Lucifrugal now. It's quite alright, Aradine. I can't... Aridine? Ha! I will allow his antics. After all, I enabled the orchestration of his murder, after all. Yeah, about that. Being dead ain't fun one bit. Screamfest with Shiberta and all is exhausting doing it for an hour. God, I can't handle her sometimes. Ariadne. Like Aaron. Ariadne. And then the chainsaw. Ugh. My brain and skin were smushed up. It wasn't pleasant. My apologies for this infliction. Allow me to compensate you for your trouble. Death and retirement funds. Holy fucking shit, that's a lot of gold. I provided you with enough for your retirement funds. This should compensate you for your second wind. As the feathered dead, you provide utmost joy and laughter to those that follow you. Aww. This one gesture means nothing. It's simply payment for all that you've contributed to society. Which really makes Barry's bit donation really seem super awesome. You may is Barry Lucifrugal? Yeah, you're really gassing him up. You may revile me for the enablement of your death, but rest assured that you have been instrumental in my plans for what's to come. That at least gives me reason to provide you with some semblance of peace of mind. Uh-oh. Oh, thanks, I guess? I mean, being dead kind of sucks and all, but I got revived back thanks to magic bullshit that's stronger than Sorbetta's necromancy, and now I get to retire for realsies. But what about Shiberta and the rest who know me? I can't just up and tell them that Hawk's not really dead. I've been debriefed by my killer about the details of the trial, so I know the gist of it at least. Anti-magic powder! You need not worry about that. Your trial is self-isolated. Originally, the chief of police wanted you to be humiliated by posting a public livestream. I put a stop to that. Oh, that Tengu? God damn it, I swear he's always up in my case. I decided to not support his worldwide rebranding of his monocle factory, and he gets all anti-Hawk on me. Speaking of which, I still haven't paid Sherberta what I owe her. I covered for that as well. Your gold is now exclusively used for retirement funds that could last at least 60 years. Man, I gotta find a trans-dimensional sugar daddy. Well then, I ain't looking to gift horse in the mouth. I'll take the moolah since you're offering. I will send you back now. Information control has been done. Your trial has been adjourned. May your retirement be well. Beloved viewer, thank you. Fior! Whoa, I flew. So, what do you want me for? Fallen Arcana of Lucifrugal? You, Ariadna, and 2 others will be colluded as a team together. This will be a long road of renewal and repentance for the 4 of you. Are you willing to take the plunge? Close enough. Who's the Tengu? Oh god. It's Honeynut. Darling, you gave me a reason to actually exist. Of course I'll work with you. I'd love to tease your annoying benefactor, Brett Valensora, at least at some point if I ever see her. Oh, what do I got to repent for exactly? For attempting to plead me into giving you your movable ability. Your fervent wishes heard by the fallen star, and as I, the arcana by which all life unveils, am to accommodate you to your desire. Okay, sure. I guess it's better than being stuck at the bar all day for the rest of eternity, I guess. No, it's Aaron. Now, Jack Griffin and Brian Brundle enter stage. What is it, Lucifrugal? You 2 will now be investigators under a new domain I intend to set up. Your job is simple, detective work. I will assess your performance personally. Is this like Super Smash Brothers, but for both your guys' characters? Keanu and Ariadna will act as disruptors and shadow operatives. Instructions will come on your person in short notice. You may follow protocol or diverge a little should the unexpected arise. And remember, you 4 are branded with my will under penitence. I expect you to make use of this second life you've been graciously given. If that is your wish, then I accept this role. Good. Pussy for me, Honeynut. Okay, that is Skybound Dreamers. Debts in the grave. I have a feeling that ties into all of your guys' games. It's weird. I don't know what to think of that. It lands on like a cliffhanger, and there's weird stuff going on. And I died, but then I'm not, and then I got a retirement fund. That was actually really entertaining. I'm interested to see what you actually end up doing with the game.